We're
This is
rolling.
Noah with iHollywood TV. Hello, Ashley and Caroline.
Hi, I love your set.
Thank you. Well, Candace is ready to bust someone. Oh my God. Who is she wanting to bust? Who knows in this interview? Oh my goodness. It
Where
is
are you
nice to
from?
meet you guys. You said what, Caroline?
I said, where are you from? Like, where are we talking to you from?
I am actually from Augusta, Georgia.
Oh,
I
wow.
thought there was a big Southern act. What did you just go to the National? Isn't that what it's
I
called?
I actually did not. I watched it on TV instead. It's a lot of people at the National, but yeah. So well, it's nice to meet you both. I've been such longtime fans. I grew up watching this show, and Ashley, I grew up watching you on Zack and Cody. You too, Caroline, because you would make appearances in Zack and Cody. So,
Ilse Schickel-Gruber, my husband von Helsing der Keppelugerhofer hyphen Martinez, I remarried. How about that? And I don't remember what happened yesterday. Okay.
Oh my goodness. Well, fun times on the Disney Channel, and they continue to live on. But Ashley and Caroline, how does it feel to be back for a new season of fun and laughter with Disney's Phineas and Ferb?
It's so fun. I mean, I am so happy to be back. I think it just feels like so natural and it feels like no time has passed and it's just the best. I look at Dan and Swampy as being like the dads and it's just like I love being with them and love being in the studio and seeing them. It's like my favorite thing.
Oh, Caroline?
Oh, I absolutely love doing it. And you know what? I grew up like there was a Sunday movie. It was the Disney like movie of the week. It was like the Wonderful World of Disney. And
Yes.
and it was like Tinkerbell and she did the little thing, and then you saw Disneyland. And so when I drive in and I see like, first of all, you see all the characters from all the animated movies at Disney, and they're in this this beautiful studio. And when it says like reserved for talent parking, my inner child literally every time I'm like I cannot believe my luck how much I love. No, no, really, like to be on a to be in. I mean, Ashley and I are very lucky. We've been in people's houses for a long time
Yeah.
as ourselves. But then to be in as these fun characters that, all these generations, I think that's the only time where boys of a certain age know that I exist. I mean, that's never been my demographic, but like I have a guy friend who's 41 and this is his favorite show. He's so excited that it's coming back.
Uh, I mean, it's a good show. I think all ages really enjoy this. They get glued to the TV, they watch. They want to know who Candace is going to try to bust, which is Phineas and Ferb, and it never happens. Will it happen this season, Ashley?
Will it
I can't
happen?
tell you anything. I can't tell you anything. I cannot. Who knows? Who knows? Maybe, maybe not. I don't know.
You know what?
Oh,
Ashley is 16 and my own daughter is 16.
oh,
And my own daughter is getting ready to take driver's ed. And Ashley does take driver's ed.
Yeah,
yes. I
Candace
Say
saw
does.
that
that.
episode.
She
It was
get her
so funny.
She gets her. She's trying to go get her license, so it's a pretty fun episode.
It's a fun
You already
wild,
got to see
wild
it.
ride.
Yeah.
Yes, because as she's looking at the road, she's like, "Oh, Phineas and Ferb!" Well, so it's a funny
I
one to
would
watch
be
for sure.
really scared to have Candace on the road, to be honest.
Now, Ashley, how was it when you got your driver's license? Was your mother in the car?
Me
Yeah.
personally,
Yeah.
I mean, gosh, that was a long time ago. My mom was no. I was with like the guy that you had to drive.
Right, right,
I
right.
you remember failing
Intense.
my test 3 times, but the driving part I did not.
Mm, mm.
I was never a good tester.
Me either. I'm not a good tester either. Feeling under pressure, not me.
No, I'm
Anyway,
not. I'm not a good tester. No, I don't like that.
by the way, Caroline, is Ava gonna watch? I mean, is she gonna watch Phineas and Ferb? Like, is she a fan?
She is a fan. I remember. Oh my God. I remember we were talking about this that Ashley's daughter has discovered her and become her super fan. And
Oh.
how I remember when my daughter asked me, she said, "Is the mummy on television the same as my mummy?" I was like, "Yes, but that mummy has hair and makeup done. This mummy, not so much." But anyway, and tell them that your daughter was like that she discovered it.
She did. She's definitely understanding as she's gotten older, and it's like
Oh.
really funny because she just and it's also kind of funny because the characters obviously that she's seen so far is Candace and then Sharpay, and she's like, Mom, why are you always mad? And
Ah.
Phineas and Ferb. And then she's like, Mom, why are you so mean? And I was like, you don't want to be on my bad side, honey.
Oh my goodness, that is hilarious. Caroline, I want to ask you now, what new pies or desserts are we going to see your character make for the boys
I
this
said
summer?
I've offered more pie than a career waitress at Denny's. It's like, I am the mother that feeds your feelings with food. Like pie, like fill in the blank. Would anyone just like to calm down? But instead, it's like, would anyone like pie? Hi, would you like pie? I've left more voice messages when people know it's me for kids that just go, this is the message I always leave. I go, hi, no, no, Candace is not building a rocket ship in the backyard. No, you're not, Candace. You're crazy. Anyway, and then I always say, would anyone like pie?
That's the best way to end it with, right? By the way,
My
lastly,
mom just came back in the room, so
I do want to ask this before we have to wrap up. Both being moms, how do you hope a show like this will teach kids to be creative, adventurous, and really think outside of the box?
I think it does that just in how incredibly beautifully animated it is, how different it is, and the fact that they have music.
Mm.
Like, how many songs have you sung in this show?
Oh my gosh, so many songs. I don't even know, but yeah, I think the music is so fun. I think that I love
I love when you dance. I love when your character dances.
I know.
the dance. It's like oh
Come
man.
on, Candace,
I think
dance.
it is. It's just like it teaches, kids to like get out there and use your imagination, which is it's hard nowadays with obviously, computers, iPads, phones, social media, and it's like I can only hope for my kids. I have a place in Malibu, and my favorite thing is to be there and just have my 4-year-old just be at the beach and be in nature and be outside and play. And it's like that's really important for me and my husband with our kids because it's just social media is just it's hard and it's can weigh on your mental health. And I see it with like I think obviously compared to when I went to school, like when I was in school you could leave school behind, like if there was bullies, if it was like not a great day at school, you were able
Yeah.
to like leave there and be at home with your family and like not have to worry. And it's like so wild to think about how kids nowadays go home with it because of their phones and their social media. And it's like they're surrounded. So it's like to have an outlet like Phineas and Ferb and to be able to watch that and also just kind of like, teach kids to just get off the phones, and like go do something. It's pretty awesome.
Very well said. That the best way to end this interview, ladies, right? Come on now. Yeah. Well, the new season of Phineas and Ferb premieres Thursday, June 5th at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time Pacific on Disney Channel and DisneyXD with 2 episodes. The first 10 episodes of the season will premiere on Disney Plus the following next day. Ashley and Caroline, my 2 favorites. So nice to meet you guys virtually. I hope I get to meet you in person and give you a big hug.
Nice
Thank
to meet you too. Thank you so much.
Hello, Dan and Swampy.
Hello,
Hello.
Noah. How are you?
Ah,
You have a great set.
we got the mouse in the
Spectacular
house and
set.
we got Candace ready to bust someone. Oh, who is she gonna bust today in the interview? Well, who knows? Anyway, it's so nice to meet you guys. So, first off, when completing the final episode of season 4, did you ever feel the show would return? And if so, what did that look like in your eyes, Dan and Swampy?
Well, they told us, like they were the decision to finish the show at the time was sort of based on the fact that they were starting to cool down on the show a little bit, and we're going to wait to pick up new episodes. And so we decided, hey, if we're going to wait to the point that our staff is going to, we're going to have to restaff, why don't you just let us finish it? We've been doing this show for 10 years. It's been 7 years on the air. We would love to not have it just sort of fade out, but actually do a final episode. And they were like, really? And we said, yeah, we can
Yeah.
move on to other things. But And then they went off and had like 3 meetings about it and came back and said, okay, we'll let you do a last day of summer if you do not kill anybody off and make sure that we can do more of this show at some point if we want to. And we said, sure. And so we left everybody alive. We weren't really going to kill anybody off anyway. But since
That
then,
wouldn't be very Disney, would it? You know?
Yes. Yeah,
Well,
I did not think we would ever
Cool.
start back into the show full force the way that we are now. I thought they would probably have us do what they've had us do, which is like make movies and crossovers and do stuff for interstitials and stuff like that. And when they approached us about this, I thought they were going to ask us for another movie or a special, and they said, "Could you do 40 more episodes?" And we were like,
Yeah.
yes, we can.
"Yeah, we can do that. Yes, we can." And so it was great because that's how I prefer to do the show is as a series where we can really just go off in all sorts of different directions and stuff.
I think we
Great
were always
episodes.
hopeful. When we stopped, you always hope that one day you get to come back and play again.
Yeah. I mean,
So it's great when you get the call.
it's so, absolutely. It's so great to see the show back. I tell you, I screened the first 2 episodes. It's like, we never missed anything. I mean, everything looks perfect. The characters are still, who they are. They stay true to themselves. Guys, how did that initial idea even come about to bring a show like this to Disney Channel? As like I've said, it's one of the most, I feel, fastest growing successors on Disney, as it began back with a sneak peek episode of the show on August 17th, 2007, followed after the Disney's High School Musical 2 premiere, which I watched it because I have a twin sister and we were at the High School Musical 2 little premiere that my friends were having, and we watched the episode of Phineas and Ferb, and believe it or not, all the kids, including myself, were laughing and just like glued to the TV.
Excellent.
Hey.
Fantastic.
We had a great premiere. That
Yes.
was good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they did a good job at getting us behind something that everybody was already going to be watching. So I think like 11 million people saw that premiere, which was really good numbers. It's been so what was the initial
Yeah.
question?
I
again?
kind of added a
Go back to
lot
the
right there. How did how did the show start? How did it form? What made you guys want to come up and create something so creative like this?
Well, we created it like 13 years before before we sold it to Disney. We were working on a show at Nickelodeon and wanted to continue to write together. So we created the show back then. And the original pitch packet I just happen to have right here. This is there. That's what they originally
Look at that.
looked like. This was our original pitch
Wow.
packet we did. I had this out for something else, but and if you will read through that pitch packet, it's just this show basically. There's very few little tweaks to it, and we just wanted to create a show that we could do that A would allow us to continue to write together, but B that would be the show that we would want to watch. It's like, so what's the kind of show we would want to watch? And that's just sort of the show that we came up with. I didn't think Disney Channel would be the person that would want it because it didn't look like anything on their channel at the time that we did this. They were only doing basically what they call heritage projects. They were doing stuff from movie characters, Aladdin the series and Buzz Lightyear the series and Mickey and and Baloo and like all those characters had their series there. So I didn't think that was even a home that it could have. And then things started to change slowly over the years, and then they were the first ones to actually say, it always got a good amount of attention at every studio we took it to. But they were the first ones to say, well, let's try a pilot. Let's see what this show actually looks like. And then once we did the pilot, then everybody was on board. They were like, oh, we get it. We get it.
Because we pitched it around for 13 years.
Wow. And it landed on Disney. And I'm so
every
glad that
studio
Disney picked it up.
twice.
Yep.
Yeah. So it was a wild ride to get to where you guys are at now with the series. Lastly, let's leave the audience with this, Dan and Swampy. The first episode that viewers will get to see in season 5 is the start of Phineas and Ferb's summer vacation from a long year of school. What can we expect from the characters that you also not only, you guys are not only the co-creators and EPs, but you voice in the series as well. So can you kind of elaborate and talk to us a bit more on what we can expect?
Well, I was hoping that these next 40 episodes would just be all Monogram and Carl. But apparently there are other characters that the audience is interested in. I don't know why, but there you go.
And Doofenshmirtz is back to evil. At the end of the first series, he decided to try to go into good. He's eventually going to end up in good. We find out in Milo Murphy's Law. There's a whole sub story where we find out what his eventuality is. But he's like, I've been trying good for a little bit. I think I'm going to go back to evil. I think that was working a little bit better for me. I was having more fun, and so he's trying that for a while. But we know that deep down inside, Doofenshmirtz is actually a really good guy. He's just had a lot of childhood trauma, and he's bucking for attention. That's what all of his evil schemes are not really evil so much as just trying to get to better himself, his situation, and to get attention from people.
Well, guys, I've enjoyed chatting with you both. Thank you so much for taking the time here at iHollywood TV and Oh My Mickey. The new season of Phineas and Ferb premieres Thursday, June 5th at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time Pacific on Disney Channel and DisneyXD with 2 episodes. And the first 10 episodes of the season will premiere on Disney Plus the following next day. Check it out, you guys. You will not regret it. It's going to be a fun summer indeed with Phineas and Ferb. Thanks, guys.
Thank you, Noah.
Thanks, Noah.
Go take care.
Hello.
Hi, Noah.
Hi.
Vincent, David, and Alyson, it is so nice to meet you. And Candace is ready to bust someone. I don't know who she's gonna bust in this interview, but she's gonna.
How'd you get that?
You know what? I'll tell you guys. Come close. I got it from Amazon.
Oh.
Yes, a little DIY. I think I uploaded a photo of Candace. I'm like,
I don't know what that is. I'm only familiar with thedisneystore.com.
That's right. Don't listen to me. Don't do that. Don't go to Amazon. Go to DisneyStore.com. That's where I got. Look, and I have the shirt too with all the characters.
Oh, I didn't actually notice the shirt. That's
Rad.
awesome.
Yes, and
I don't have that one.
Yeah. Well, that came from Etsy. Don't tell anyone. Oh, don't. But this came from
Tell me,
Disney with
Noah.
Macy's. That's right. That's right.
Decked out.
Well, guys, it is so nice to meet all three of you. What does it feel like to finally be back together for another awesome round of summer adventures with Phineas and Ferb?
Yeah, it feels absolutely amazing. This is I love doing this job. We've all spent a lot of time playing these characters, and I've been playing Phineas for almost 20 years, and I love
And he's finally starting to figure it out.
Yeah, I'm finally starting to get good at it. And it's so meaningful to me, this character, these people that I work with, this show. And for me, it was just it's the greatest thing in the world that we get to come back and do more episodes. And I know we all hope we get to do this forever.
Yeah, I will work with this incredible cast and incredible team until they put me in the ground.
Oh, I love that. Isabella, Alyson, what you
Yes,
doing?
I remember distinctly the moment that I heard the news, which we all seem to have found out from the general public because we didn't get the direct call
Yeah.
beforehand. So we were like, wait a second, is this real? Because I didn't want to get my hopes up. And when it was confirmed, it was just the immediate, full body humming with joy and excitement, and entering the studio and seeing, the full team, not just, Dan and Swampy, but also the audio engineers who we know and love, and the music supervisor who we know and love, everyone truly getting the full band back together, and everyone just feeling so enthusiastic. I think was like, oh, this is the perfect recipe for the next lightning in a bottle. So we're excited for people to see the new season.
Absolutely. By the way, Alyson and Vincent, can we expect to see Phineas and Isabella maybe have a little love connection in this season?
I think there's always a little bit of a Ross and Rachel will they won't they, don't you think?
We're on a break.
Um, no, I mean there's something that's so wonderful about their relationship is there's always that that admiration and crush that they have on one another. I can't tell you anything about where that's going to go in the new season though. I can't
We want to stay tuned.
Admiration and crush on one another. Are you confirming that this is bi-directional and not just one-sided?
Not just one person? Well, I guess we'll find out in the new season of Phineas and Ferb.
That's right. Oh my goodness, I love this so much. I don't want this to end. By the way, I must say, from watching the screeners to the first 2 episodes, lifelong fans of the series will really enjoy the show. I mean, it is like we never missed a beat of Phineas and Ferb's live. When you all knew the show would return years later for a 5th season, what was your thoughts and how proud are you at this new season that all of us will get to check out on Disney Channel and Disney Plus this summer?
My thoughts were, oh my goodness, I am the luckiest Phineas and Ferb fan ever because I actually get to be a part of the series now.
I love that. Alyson?
My thoughts were, I think when the show stopped making new episodes, we had all of these leftover ideas and we were like, where do we go with them? What do we do with them now? And so we've been collecting them in a jar and now we get a chance to bring them all to life. And we've been collecting experiences and concepts and future adventures that the characters can experience. And I would say the stakes feel a bit higher overall in every direction. So I'm excited to see, how all of that coalesces for the fans to watch.
Yeah. Vincent?
Yeah, no, we have a lot of really great stories to tell in season 5. I am so excited that we get to make new episodes and new seasons of this show. I know our fans are too. I mean, the viewers of Phineas and Ferb really care about this show, and it's rare to be a part of something where people who grew up watching something want to show it to their kids and want to show it and be able to watch it with their entire family. And Phineas and Ferb does that in a really great way. And I think that shows in our in our audience.
And that's one of the cool. You touched on something and it sparked a thought. One of the coolest things that this show now gets to do is not just. People don't just get to take the old episodes and share them with their family, right? They don't get to take just the old episodes and share them with their kids, like you can do with a lot of stuff that's on DVD. This show coming back
On
now, what?
On what?
Oh, sorry, on streaming. Yeah, old and dead. But you can now not just rewatch what was. You will get to experience in real time with these people who are important to you the new stuff. And I think that's a really cool thing that I hadn't even really ruminated on before you just said that.
A new generation of audience fans as well, along with the traditional, forever fans of the series. Yeah. By the way, lastly, season 6, do you think we could get a season 6?
We really hope so. We hope that
so too.
we hope we give you 20 more seasons of this show. I know we'd all love to keep working on it. Yeah. So if tell your audience that they just gotta write some letters.
Gotta go watch and stream.
Record something and send it in on a DVD.
Yeah.
Back in the old days, right?
Give you a VHS.
Yeah. Even older. The new season of Phineas and Ferb premieres Thursday, June 5th at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time Pacific on Disney Channel and DisneyXD with 2 episodes, and the first 10 episodes of the season will premiere the following next day on Disney Plus. It's so nice to meet all 3 of you. Thank you guys so much, and I will be checking out Phineas and Ferb, and I'll be at Disney during the premiere, so who knows what might go on at Disney World.
Woo!
Cool, Noah. That's super exciting. Say hello to Phineas and Ferb if you see him down there.
I will, and I'll video and document it for everyone. So, yeah.
Great.
Yeah,
all right, guys. Y'all take care.